Consultants Training Manual. Call the Alternative Medicine Family Care Center, 778-8877.
Empowerment with Dr. Josefina Monasterio.
Welcome back to Empowerment with Dr. Josefina, and I'm Laura Guttridge. Today's topic, divine discontent. And I'll have to start off by saying, when I was reading the lesson, Josefina, the first thing that crossed my mind was, is that really supposed to be content or discontent? And I thought, well, divine, the meaning is good.
Yes.
And then discontent, of course, is associated with bad.
Yes.
So you link the two together. So my question is, are you saying that it's good to be discontent?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure about that.
Let me tell you why.
Okay. Well, it's the reason, just real briefly, that because you think it's kind of like the tragedy that leads to the cure, so to speak. It's that uneasiness that you talk about that makes us, it forces us to change and make things better.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good.
Okay. When you make changes in your life, were you happy when you were making those changes, or you made those changes because you were dissatisfied?
Dissatisfied? Of course. Okay.
You got an A.
So change never comes easy, really.
No.
I mean, it can be if depending how you do it.
Yeah. But in my life, in my experience, and this lesson practically, I don't know if you guys are going to benefit from this lesson, but this lesson is for moi. It's really for me, because the only time that I make changes when I'm happy, I don't have to change anything. You happy, you happy. When you reach obstacles and challenges and situations in which you are not happy, you are dissatisfied, then you make the changes. And when I call it divine, it's because I don't know about you, but I fight with God. I argue with God. I question things, and I go into the kind of spiritual growth or development, and that's what I call the divine discontent. Because to me, every time that I have to change things in my life, it's because I want something better.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Absolutely. And I just wanted to clarify that, just to make sure that I understood that. And when you just, like you just said, how you have like a personal connection with divine, or whatever. Do you link that with your time of solitude? Did you mention that?
Yes. You read the lesson.
I did read the lesson. Well, you didn't mention, exactly what you thought in your moments of solitude, but I gather that is some of, you let your thoughts go freely, and wherever they may go, but I can see where they could go there.
Absolutely. Well, 100% of the time, every time you have that time alone, a time with yourself, a time with this is something bigger and greater than the universe that connects you with the essence, with the power. What happens is you have a sense of clarity, and that the wisdom comes in. And in my particular case, I get the answers of how can I live my life now? What are the things that I need to do? One of my times of solitude is early in the morning. Morning, from 4 o'clock in the morning until I finish my exercises and my yoga and my meditation, which is around 8 o'clock. So that's why when you see me in the morning between 4 and 8, I don't talk to anybody.
Right.
It's a special time in which I'm in a different place, in a different level of consciousness, because that's how you get that sense of clarity.
Well, I could see why it's probably a good idea to pick a time so early in the morning so you have less distractions.
Definitely.
Because I know I was trying to have a moment of solitude. I was doing a yoga tape, and they offered that moment of silence, and then I found it very difficult to not think about anything and to let my mind. I'm looking around the room. I see, maybe something that needs to be dusted, or my thoughts wander about chores I have to do or errands I have to run. It's very hard. You have to really train yourself to have that moment of solitude where you really are just letting your thoughts go on other than, daily tasks.
Exactly, because like you just described, Laura, That happens to a lot of people.
Yes.
It's just, you to quiet your mind, to shut off the mouth, the mouth and the brain, to quiet that voice, to listen to nothing, just to connect with the sound of creation. It takes training. It takes discipline, and it, like you were saying, I need to do this, and I need to do that, and this is, and that's what happened, because when you're trying to evolve at a higher level of consciousness, your higher self is sort of fighting with your little self. The greatness in you is fighting with the littleness in you. And the littleness in you wants you to stay that way. It doesn't want you to evolve. It doesn't want you to grow. It doesn't want you to excel into the higher level of consciousness, because you're sort of reaching towards perfection, which you never get it, but you always are reaching towards that end.
I guess my little self would rather have me dusting.
Well, the thing is that you know that it will be done. Right. And what happens when you postpone that because you're just going to be quiet and get your time of solitude, then what happens is that you will do everything else more efficiently. You have more time, you have more energy, you have more power, you feel happier. Bobby will come home and say, damn, baby, what happened to you? Because you basically transform yourself.
Right.
You see what you made me do? I went back and sit back.
I was going to say, now she's
now I'm back here, relaxing
with me.
Yeah.
Just having like a conversation.
Anything else?
Well, yeah, I also wanted to ask you about, I know it sounds like, write it all down, and most people are like, oh, they're not going to do that, they'll just think about it. But it really is important to actually get the old piece of paper out and the pencil and really write it down so you can see for yourself.
Absolutely. If your life is important to you and you want to make meaningful and lasting changes, you need to do your homework. You need to write it down. You need to get your CD with your affirmations so you can repeat your affirmations every single day. That's part of your time of solitude in which you can reprogram your mind, renew your mind. Remember, don't be conformed by the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind and your attitude. And you can call me at 778-8877 if you need some coaching, because I'm willing to give it to you.
And she'll help you write those things down.
With me, you have to do your homework.
Oh, really?
Because you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and my energy, and that I don't have time for that. So anyway, but go ahead.
So it is important to write these things down, and then maybe look at them, review them every day, because it seems like your mind will forget about these things that make you uncomfortable, but if you wrote it down, that at some point in your life that person or something in particular, it needs to go. Well,
the beautiful thing in life is that, for instance, your husband is a lawyer. So when he makes a contract with somebody, or he's dealing with somebody in a professional level, he has to sign a contract. He has to sign a piece of paper. We take our life for granted.
We do.
Like everything is going to happen because, and we don't want to make a commitment, and we don't want to make the changes, and we don't have to have the time to write it down so you can see it clearly in a piece of paper, and then you can move on. You don't do anything important in your life without signing and making a contract.
We could consider it like guided fate.
Absolutely. And that way you get from divine discontent to divine perfection. We need to take a break, and we'll be right back with the lesson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Empowerment with Dr. Josefina Monasterio.